Hello students, this is Sharat Kumar here. I am working as an economics PGT in Shakthi International School. Today I would like to take this opportunity to share my knowledge about some of the concepts in economics in this 1000 steps videos. If you see in economics, we have two parts. One as macroeconomics and another one as IED, Indian Economic Developments. Today, I'm just throwing a light on some of the concepts in macroeconomics. As you all know that, so this time we are taking this term 1 and term 2 examination. So when it comes to a term 2 part of syllabus, in that we could see that there are certain units called national income and the determination of income and employment. In national income, today I'm going to talk about the different methods to calculate national income. If you see as per the board instruction, so we could see that this particular unit called the measurement of national income has a weightage of 10 marks for your term 2 examination. Fine. So let's proceed further. So let's try to understand better like what are the different methods we could see in this unit for the measurement of national income. So right now what you're seeing on the screen, so this is a material I have just borrowed from Sandeep Garg publication. Okay, fine. So here we go. While measuring national income, so usually we go with the 3 different methods. Okay, one as value added method and another one as income method, and the last one is expenditure method. All 3 are most important from examination point of view. If you see that in an economy, we have a circular flow. If firm produces, so definitely they will take some factors of production. So while they are receiving the factors of production, definitely they are going to pay the factor income. Okay, so by this understanding, we can come to know that, so there is a flow. So income is flowing. Okay, even output is flowing from the firm side. Okay, from these different phases. So what did you see? That income, output, expenditure. So totally there are 3 different phases we could see in an economy. So in each phases, to figure out the national income, so we are following these 3 different methods. So in that case, you could see that when we are calculating a national income, by using this output method, we are following value added method. If we are going with income, if we want to calculate national income, so then we go with the income method. At last, so with the inputs of expenditure, we want to figure out what is national income, we go with expenditure method. The bottom line is, whatever the method you use to measure the national income, the final result will be one and the same. Okay, so let's go for the very first method, that is value added method. So what is this value added method? So the method, the name itself will say you that the national income is going to be derived by accumulating or by adding all the value addition made by the firm in their production process. Okay, so let me make it even more simpler. Okay, for example, if you see that if a firm is transforming any good by using certain set of inputs, so definitely while transforming that good, they are going to add certain values. Okay, so that values could be treated as value addition. So when you add all the value addition, so which is happening in a firm in each and every stage, when you accumulate all together, when you sum all the value addition, finally you will get that GVAMP. So which is very needed to derive a national income. Okay, let's try to understand even more better. You could see that, so they given like the meaning of value added. That we are saying that value addition is the addition of value of the raw materials by the firm. You all know what is this raw material. In economic term, we call it as an intermediate good. Okay, so in the virtue of production activities, the what and all the values being added in the process of transformation, those value will be considered as a value added. Okay, how exactly we calculate this value added? You could see there is a formula for that. The value added is equals to value of output minus intermediate consumption. The value of output is nothing but a sales. At what value the firm is going to sell in the market, that could be considered as a value of output. From this value of output, if you minus intermediate consumption, we get the exact amount of value addition which is needed to derive the national income. Okay, so remember this formula: value added is equals to value of output minus intermediate consumption. As I already told you, value of output is nothing but at what value the firm is ready to sell the commodity in the market. Intermediate consumption, nothing but the value of intermediate good. That's nothing but raw material being used by the firm for production process. Okay, so they have given one example over here. So I hope that this will make you to have a better understanding. There is a baker who wants to produce a bread. So if he wants to produce a bread, what will be the input over here? The flour. Okay, so flour is an intermediate good which has a worth of 500 rupees. That will become his intermediate consumption. Okay, so when he is converting that flour into a bread, so he's transforming. Obviously, he's never going to sell it for 500 rupees. Definitely, he's going to add some value for that by converting it as a bread. So then he's going to sell the bread for 700 rupees. Okay, could you tell me what is the value of, could you tell me what is the value added over here? Yes, you can take this formula. Value added is equals to value of output, that is 700 minus intermediate consumption 500. 700 minus 500. So value added is, yes, 200 rupees. So this is how we are going to calculate the value added. So just remember the formula: value added is equals to value of output minus intermediate consumption. Okay, and one more thing you need to understand. So every firm, when they are doing this value addition, okay, so they are deriving GVAMP, gross value added at market price. Okay, when you accumulate all the GVAMP, you get GDPMP. You could see over here, sigma GVAMP is equals to GDPMP. Okay, so as we all know that in an economy, there are three different sectors: primary sector, secondary sector, and tertiary sector. And each sector, what value addition is going to be accumulated. When you add all the value added of all three sectors, final outcome will be GDPMP. Bear it in mind. So when you are applying this method called value added method, very first output is GDPMP. With the help of this GDPMP only, we are going to derive the national income. Okay, so in the same value added method, we have another element. We call it as an intermediate consumption. So as I already told you, intermediate consumption, nothing but those expenditure which are incurred on intermediate goods which are needed for producing a final output. Okay, so I'm saying this: if you want to calculate value added, you have to deduct intermediate consumption. The value of intermediate goods should be deducted from the value of output, or else there is a possibility of double counting. Okay, to minimize this problem of double counting, we have to deduct this intermediate consumption from value added. Okay. So we understand so what is this value added, how to calculate this value added, and what is this intermediate consumption. So we have another element called value of output. So as I already told you, value of output nothing but the market value of all the goods and services the which firms are selling it in the market. So what the final value being decided by the firm after producing the good and services which are ready to serve. Okay, in a given period. Fine. So you could see that what and all could be considered as a value of output. You could see that if there is a situation like the what and all being produced, which all being sold out, in that case we could say that value of output is equals to sales. There is nothing been left out, everything has been sold out. In that scenario we could consider value of output is equals to sales. Okay, in some situation what happens, some finished goods will left out. Okay, we call that as change in stock. So change in stock, how to derive this change in stock? What is the formula to calculate change in stock? Closing stock minus opening stock. When you apply this, you will get the delta stock, that is change in stock. Okay, in any circumstances, if any goods have been left out, okay, to know the exact value of the goods which have been left out in the warehouse, by the time you have to apply this formula, closing stock and minus opening stock, you get this change in stock. Then you have to add change in stock along with sales to get value of output. These are the two different scenarios how you can figure out value of output. The first scenario when everything has been sold out, and in another scenario when if there is any good has been left out in the warehouse. Okay, so this is how we will measure the value of output. I think this is enough for this video. In the upcoming video, I'm going to talk about how the methods should be followed to measure the national income through this value added method. I hope this video was informative to you all. See you in the next video. Thank you.